All right, welcome back. We're the Connor Happer Show. You're on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Jimmy Chavez sitting in for Josh Odson today. Still not back, by the way, but we'll get around to that. We're joined now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline by new Creighton baseball coach, Mark Kingston. Coach, what's going on?
Connor, how you doing?
I'm good. How's the I've missed you. It's been a whole week now since we haven't seen each other, and then we spent like the entire month before that together.
I know it. Well, I can have that effect on people, so I appreciate you saying that publicly. No, it's been good. As you might imagine, the end of the season was such a whirlwind for all of us, winning so much, and then before you know it, you're having to say your goodbyes to players and coaches and administrators, and it's just you go on that journey, and you were on that journey for a great amount of it late in that season, and you saw how close that team was. So the bittersweet part is that part is over. A lot of great players we're going to miss. But as soon as the season was over, now you're working on recruiting and transfer portal and the future. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of challenges, but all good as far as we're concerned.
What's the feedback been like from the players that are gonna lace it back up next year? Or I mean, I assume there's a lot of excitement going forward and looking ahead to what things are going to be like now.
Yeah, there sure is. Again, Creighton has always been such a great opportunity for coaches, for players, and we hope to only make that better as we move into the future. The players are very excited. We've got a lot of great ones coming back. Obviously the draft has to happen, and we'll have guys that are being looked at in the draft. But I think the great majority of our players that have eligibility left will be back and looking to run it back and do what we did this year and hope that we can do even better. So a lot of excitement among the players, and we all can't wait to keep this thing going.
So when you think about the lessons learned from this year, I mean, when it comes to whether getting to the NCAA tournament, I mean, there was just the one Big East team that made the field, or how you get there, or how to win games in the NCAA tournament. You're no stranger to that idea. Like when you think about this past year, what were the lessons learned? What are the big takeaways from being in that dugout or experiencing baseball in the Midwest again or in the Big East? Like, what do you think of the first couple things at the top of your head?
Well, I would say that the first thing is a little bit of disappointment in the fact that the Big East only got one team in. I thought, as well as a lot of people thought, that Xavier and UConn deserved to be in as well, and they kind of followed the blueprint for how the NCAA tells Midwest teams to get to the NCAA tournament as an at-large. They played good schedules. They won a lot of games. UConn got to the finals of the tournament against us. They were co-champs in the regular season. Went down and played Miami. So they did all the things that we are all told to do to make the tournament as an at-large, and they still didn't get it. So that part's a little bit disappointing. Now, I think from our standpoint, we're going to hope that is just an aberration, because we have had multiple teams in the past get in, and hopefully that will be the case moving forward. But it's really good baseball up here. There's pro prospects. There's good coaches. The Midwest has a lot of great baseball to offer nationally. So what I learned this year was just a reminder that you get really good athletes up here. You can really have an impact on their development and coaching them and their mindsets. And that part I have really loved getting a taste of that again.
You have described in the past, have just to go back a little bit, your path to becoming, showing up at Creighton, getting to Creighton, and then now becoming the head man as like divine intervention. Like, take people back through that process a little bit of the whirlwind of early last summer, going through that process, then an entire year of how it was, and now getting to this point. Like it still seems, sort of, I don't know, lucky, random that you and Creighton ended up being a pretty good marriage here.
Well, I do believe in divine intervention. I am a person of faith, very strong faith, and I just think these things do happen for a reason. I do think God's plan is real, and I think that it was time for us to move from where we were in South Carolina to here. And you see every now and then, you see little signs along the way that might be a higher power saying, hey, check this out. Don't miss this little clue we're sending you. And the first time I got contacted by Marcus Blossom and Creighton and Mike Odom was as my alma mater, North Carolina, last summer, literally got the last out to come to the College World Series. And they just happened to beat West Virginia in that super regional. And that was where Marcus Blossom had gotten, I think, his master's degree, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so I thought, wow, this is very interesting. The school I went to Omaha with, I just got contacted by the school in Omaha. This might be something. And so obviously you never jump to any conclusions, but we investigated it. We looked into it. And when I came here on a visit, it was during the World Series last year, and happened to go over to the Embassy Suites downtown. And lo and behold, North Carolina was staying in the exact same hotel that we stayed in way back when I was a player at North Carolina, and we came to the College World Series. So you just started to see some things that said, you know what, there might be something going on here. And so, long story short, got the job. Have been here for just over a year, or just under a year, I guess it is, and feel very comfortable here and very excited about the future.
This is, I think, a great opportunity for you to talk about your staff, Billy Mullen and Mike Curran, who have joined you and were with you throughout this season. You have raved about those guys. The track record is really, really good. I guess tell us about them and the things that they bring to your program and they already have so far in just a year's time.
Well, I believe stability is so important in a coaching staff, and I recruited Billy way back in 2001 to come play for us at Tulane. And so we've been together almost every year, except when he was a head coach at USF since the summer of 2001. I think he's, if not the best pitching coach in the country, he's in the conversation. I would trust my kids with him, and he's a great pitching coach, great person, great personality, and just everything that you'd ever want as a pitching coach in a program. And I hope I never have to coach another game without him as our pitching coach. And then Mike Curran, when I got to Illinois State, Mike Curran was on staff. And generally, when a head coach takes over a new program, you kind of think that you'll go, you'll bring in your own people. Mm-hmm. But I had a year there to get to know Mike, and he's about as intelligent and diligent and organized as anybody that I have ever worked with. He has a passion for the game. He knows the game in and out. He has a much better handle on the analytics and the data and all those things. So, as a coach, you want to have assistants with you that are good in the areas that maybe if you're getting a little older, that is new and can really help you with. So, and again, I trust Mike Curran with my kids. So, just couldn't be more happy that they're here with us. I think the impact they made on our guys this year was pretty obvious in all the improvements we made. Billy had this pitching staff with the 12th best ERA in the country, and the number of runs we scored, I think this year was the most in 20 years. So these guys are studs, and we're so lucky to have them.
Knowing the ballpark, and then, like you said, the lessons that were learned from the competition that you're going to be playing in the Big East. Is there if you could define it, is there like a style that you want to have as you take this thing over?
Well, I've always been a coach that wanted to have a great balance of speed and power. And in the SEC for the last 7 years, that leaned more towards power because you play in small ballparks, as you saw firsthand, that you could hit a fly ball 93 miles an hour, exit velocity, and it carries out of the ballpark easily. There's a lot of ballparks like that up there. So over the years, we had to kind of evolve with a higher ratio of power, more so than speed. But in Charles Schwab, I think we can get closer to 50-50, if not lean more towards maybe the speed component, because speed helps you on defense in that park. It helps you on offense in that park. So I think you'll probably see, ideally for us, a bunch of athletic position players. And if we have to lean towards power or speed and contact, we probably would be wise to lean towards speed and contact. But that being said, we still want guys hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and it's still a specialty of ours to really help guys learn how to tap into their power.
I assume there's no surprise from you, speaking of, to see Arkansas making the trip up to Omaha this week.
Well, I think you could answer your own question there, Connor. You saw those guys firsthand. We were a little bit closer because we were in the dugout, but I'm sure all those 97 and 98 mile an hour fastballs looked just as hard from up in the press box as they did from the dugout. That's as impressive a team as I've seen in a long time. And obviously, we played Tennessee last year 3 times and saw how good they were. And I would match up this year's Arkansas team every bit with that team. And it seems like they may. I don't want to jinx them because I have respect for Dave, but it seems like they might be a team of destiny this year.
Yeah, they have a lot of things going for them. That's for sure. We were talking about this a little bit before, but the big news in college athletics that people have been preparing for a long time, the House settlement, the rev sharing, and all like, let's combine all that into one. The support that you've seen Creighton baseball get from the university level over the last year, and as that will continue. Could you speak to that a little bit and how that helps you, especially in the conference that you're in, where maybe not everybody has it at that level?
Well, I think Creighton wants to be good in all sports. I think that's very clear. You look at our basketball teams, you look at our volleyball team, you look at our soccer teams, on and on. I think Creighton wants to be. We may not have the most sports out there, but I think every sport we have, we want to be really good at. And so I think baseball is no different. I think we'll get support, but every coach in the country is always going to say we need more or we want more. So that being said, I think we're in a good position moving forward, but we'll always be looking for everything we can get, just because the success we had this year, we would love to be a little bit, as normal as it is for the volleyball team.
I know that you'll be at the groundbreaking event that Creighton has scheduled for Wednesday with the new practice facility and the new softball, complex goes up. I mean, it looks great. I guess how does a thing like that help? Obviously, it's a great thing for Omaha and for the College World Series to use as practice facilities and things like that. Like, how does something like that help you guys get this thing, jump started here?
Well, I've been given strict orders by Glenn Sisk, who you know very well.
Yes.
Not to divulge too much information on that until we actually go through the groundbreaking ceremony.
Okay.
But what I will say is I just think it's another step in letting recruits know and letting our players know that baseball is valued here. And as we move forward, it's going to be another chip that we can show people that, hey, Creighton baseball is for real, and here's some hard evidence of that.
No doubt. Do you want to go a little rapid fire? Like, I want people to get to know you a little bit. I have a few, I just have a few rapid fire questions for you. Are you going to do that?
If I can reserve the right to say no comment, if I don't like the question, or if I can't answer the question.
Of course. No, I don't think. Yeah, no, I think you'll be fine. All right, here we go.
All right, go for it.
Favorite NFL team?
Miami Dolphins. That was easy.
Okay. Favorite vacation destination?
Anywhere with a beach that has aqua blue water.
Okay, that's a lot of places.
You got to stay flexible.
All right, good. Ballpark food.
Well, my son and I last night went to Werner Park to watch one of my former players, Will Sanders, who was on the Iowa Cubs, and so we had the brisket sandwich, which they serve right behind home plate, and we were both pretty satisfied with it. So I'll go recency bias and say the brisket sandwich at Werner Park.
Nice. Shout out to the Omaha Storm Chasers. What do you put on your hot dog?
Ketchup.
Ketchup, only ketchup.
Only.
All right, that's going to rub some people the wrong way.
That's okay.
Okay. Best player you played with in your playing career?
Best player I played with in my playing career? Wow, that's a good question. I played against a lot of great ones, including Nomar Garcia-Pera.
That's a good one.
And shoot, a lot of great ones. Played with, man, I don't think I've ever been asked that.
We can count the Nomar one.
Kerry Wood.
Oh, Kerry Wood's good.
I'll say Kerry Wood I caught in spring training, and Steve Traxel I caught in a AA game for the Orlando Cubs. So those are probably, Kerry Wood's obviously a lot more glamorous than a Steve Troxel, but he was pretty darn good in his right too. So I guess we'll just go with Wood.
Those are very acceptable answers. Favorite band or artist?
Can I give you multiple?
Sure.
Favorite band, I would say, is Kiss. As crazy as that might sound,
Nice.
but they were my childhood. They were my childhood band. But then I also, Billy Joel, I would say, is my favorite artist.
Fantastic. We're on the same page on that one. And then the last one here, Creighton has excellent baseball uniforms. Your favorite Creighton baseball uniform?
Powder blue. But I think as we move forward, last night the Storm Chasers wore the light blue top with the white pants. Don't be surprised if we try to get a little more versatile and use those. Those are great uniforms, but maybe try to get even more creative with them as we move forward.
Oh yeah, excellent. That's music to people's ears. Coach, it was great to be around for the last couple of weeks. What you guys did, along with Coach Service, was absolutely fantastic for the last few weeks of the season, getting to where you ended up, and can't wait to see where things go forward. Super exciting. Welcome again to Omaha, and we'll see you at the College World Series this week.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's great to be a part of this fantastic city. So just getting started, and we appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach. Talk to you later. That is Mark Kingston, the new baseball coach at Creighton University. Kiss. I didn't have that one on the bingo card.
Those are some good questions. The hot dog one always gets it got the discussion going on the stream.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we have Creighton on Creighton fan crime here.
Oh yeah. Well, I just
some are team ketchup, some are team mustard.
Yeah,
it gets heated.
I don't. I am not with the mustard one. Yeah. Or I'm not with the ketchup one.
Yeah, mustard and relish. Now I prefer dill relish, but that's a personal preference. But you can't go wrong with either or.
Yeah, the ketchup only. I mean, we'll have some conversations about that one. We'll get that figured out. But sometimes,
But that brisket
you
sandwich,
like what you like.
That sounds like a damn winner.
Oh, hey, that's legit. Right behind home plate at Werner Park. Yeah, that's big time stuff. I would definitely go check that out. All right, thanks to Coach for joining us for a couple minutes today, and
I like him.
Excited to see what that's going to be here in the not so distant future. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.